When people ask me how I first heard of Shepherd's Hill Academy, I always like to say I lived it. I was the first child to ever go through the academy because my parents were the directors and the founders. And so I've just grown up in it, literally saw it from its inception to its birth until what it is today.
Yeah. Talk about your role and your involvement with the ministry now.
Okay. Well, growing up in the ministry, I have just been a part of all little aspects, from just asking mom and dad, how can I be involved? Can I, help cook in the kitchen? Can I help, pay the bills? Can I, as far as like writing checks, doing like clerical stuff in the office? And so then when I was old enough, around 19, I started being able to kind of be like a junior staff helping out, and then worked my way into management and direct care staff, working alongside the students, which is pretty much where I fell in love with Shepherd's Hill Academy, and the work that we do is through the girls' residential program.
That's awesome. How would you describe the vision or the mission or the heartbeat of Shepherd's Hill Academy?
The mission of Shepherd's Hill Academy is to basically change and impact an individual, and then we want to impact the family, and then we want to see that family impact their community and ultimately impact the culture for Jesus Christ, and doing that all in His name. That's it.
That's good. So how's the Lord using this ministry to evangelize? Talk about sharing the gospel.
Yeah, so not only is Shepherd's Hill Academy an amazing therapeutic boarding school, but we have that Christ-centered piece, that discipleship piece. So we have kids on campus doing life 24/7, but the really neat thing about it is that we are Christ-centered and biblically based. And so we get to model that relationship that we have with the students. And I think that some of the best discipling that we do here is not so much, the open Bible studies that we're doing in the devotional times in the chapels and going to church, even Bible class. All of that is incorporated, but the most powerful and impacting times with these kids is when we're doing life and we're sharing with them, and they're having a hard moment. They just got out of a tough family session, and they're raw, they're vulnerable, and they want to talk about it. And then bringing that all back and centered on Jesus is really where the organic conversations happen, and where they're being raw and real and asking questions and looking for answers and healing. And we're able to model that for them and share that with them.
That's awesome. So yeah, talk a little bit more about discipleship, and what does that mean to, learn the scriptures, maybe talk about those Bible studies and teaching obedience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at Shepherd's Hill Academy, we are always looking for what we call the teachable moments, and that is where life provides us just an organic moment where maybe they're working in the garden, or they've just had a tough behavioral moment where they were struggling through something, maybe school triggered something, and so we're looking at taking that instance and processing that with them, and then bringing it all back to Christ and seeing how the biblical worldview plays into that, and helping them see that from a different perspective. But whether it's they labored all summer on a garden that got destroyed in one big windstorm, and teaching them how you never give up, you never quit, moments like that, and then and bringing that truth from the biblical perspective is really powerful, because it's applicable to life, it's genuine, and it's real.
Very good. Talk about some of the circumstances and situations these kids come from their perspective, and even the family environments.
Yeah, so at Shepherd's Hill Academy, we're seeing kids from all sorts of walks of life and backgrounds. We see a lot of substance use. We see a lot of hurt, a lot of self-harm, suicidal ideations, and all of that really, COVID and the crisis that's taking place with that has really kind of blown the lid wide open on that and shined some light on some of that. It's definitely exacerbated some of the issues, and so we're seeing that kids are needing help more now than ever. And so we see that hurt in the home, whether it's broken homes, and the family's in crisis, and the child's in crisis. So substance use, suicidal ideations, behavioral disorders, and mood disorders. Those are a lot of the things that we're seeing.
It's amazing. Talk about ways that Christians can get involved and support a ministry like Shepherd's Hill Academy.
Yeah. So ways that people can support Shepherd's Hill Academy is, one, just keep us in your prayers. We are, like to say that we're on the front lines. We are doing a spiritual work here, and the enemy is very unhappy with a kid being impacted, a heart being impacted, a family being impacted that's going to impact a culture. So does not want to happen, and we definitely see and feel the opposition of spiritual warfare there. So prayer can never be discounted or thought of just like, oh, it's so important. It's the backbone of what we do, so we need our prayer warriors there. Financially, there's always room for a donation, whether we're putting up a new building, whether it's care for our equine program, or any of those would be amazing. And then also just spreading the word of recruiting and staff of good people who want to serve the Lord by serving families and serving kids. We need good people, and it's getting harder and harder to find that. And so anyone who you think might be a good fit for Shepherd's Hill, send them our way, because we would love to speak with them.
Volunteer work teams?
Yeah, so there's always little things here and around Shepherd's Hill Academy that we could utilize for volunteers, as far as, mending a fence, painting a door, little things like that we would love to see our community step in and step behind us on that.
Very good. So why do you do what you do?
I do what I do at Shepherd's Hill Academy because it is, without a doubt, the calling that God's placed on my life. I come to work every day feeling like I'm not working at all. The days go by so quickly. And of course, my pastor said it best once. He said, the ministry can tire you out, but you never get tired of the ministry. And there are hard times, and especially when you work with something so heavy as broken individuals and broken families, it can be very difficult. But knowing that this is in your bones what you've been put on this earth to do, to help people who are hurting and to pour in, is very rewarding, and is something that I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else the Lord put on your heart to share with us today about Shepherd's Hill Academy?
I would say for any family who's out there looking for an answer, I would say definitely look at Shepherd's Hill Academy for if that's an option. We are here to help. We're here to offer a solution to a very big and growing problem in America. There is no shortage of technology. It's just coming and coming and coming. And with the technology is coming the busyness and the distractedness. And it is closing the gap for connectedness and quality time. We're doing everything behind a screen. We're lacking that connection with a family. We're lacking that connection with individuals. So we're seeing students and even families coming to us and not knowing how to connect with their peers, not knowing how to connect with their parents. So we really are that solution for those families who want to help build relationships again, who want to help teach their child how to connect and learn how to connect themselves. But I would say it is a very big problem in today's culture, and I think that they would find a solution within what Shepherd's Hill has to offer.
Amen. Very good.